What if I told you that a builder from southeast London is the reason you have to spring forward and fall back every single year? It sounds crazy, but it's true. Daylight saving time was introduced in Britain over 100 years ago, and from there, it spread to a quarter of the world, including the United States. And the whole thing traces back to one incredibly stubborn man. His name was William Willett. He lived in Chislehurst, a quiet suburb of London. He wasn't a politician, a famous scientist, or a wealthy aristocrat. He was a builder, a successful one, but a builder nonetheless. And there was one thing he absolutely hated: wasting perfectly good daylight. One early summer morning in 1905, Willett was out for his usual horseback ride. As he trotted through the streets, he noticed something that just didn't sit right with him. The sun was up, the birds were singing, but every house he passed had its curtains drawn tight. Everyone was still asleep, letting all that glorious morning sunlight go to waste. It was in that moment that a radical question popped into his head. Why don't we just move the clocks forward in the summer? Now, the idea of flexible time wasn't completely unheard of. Ancient Romans adjusted the length of their hours with the seasons. A New Zealand scientist named George Hudson had suggested a 2-hour shift back in 1895, but he was mostly laughed at for it. Even King Edward VII was known to secretly turn the clocks forward at his country estate so he could have more daylight for his hunting parties. But William Willett wasn't just going to play with time in private, he was going to change it for everyone. He went all in. In 1907, he self-published a pamphlet titled The Waste of Daylight. In it, he laid out his master plan. He proposed moving the clocks forward by 20 minutes every Sunday in April, and then reversing the process in September. His argument was simple. It would save the country a fortune on energy costs, especially for artificial lighting, and it would give working people more time for recreation in the evenings. The idea caught on with some very influential people. Winston Churchill became a huge supporter. So did Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the creator of Sherlock Holmes. But for every supporter there was a powerful opponent. Farmers worried about their schedules. The railways feared chaos. And the Prime Minister at the time, Herbert Asquith, was completely against it. Willett's bill was introduced in Parliament, but it failed. He tried again the next year. It failed again. He campaigned relentlessly, year after year, but kept hitting a brick wall. Tragically, William Willett died of influenza in 1915, his dream of saving daylight unrealized. He never got to see his vision become a reality. But then, just 1 year later, everything changed. World War I was raging, and Britain was facing a severe coal shortage. Every lump of coal was precious. Germany, looking for any advantage, suddenly decided to adopt daylight saving to conserve fuel. Just a few weeks later, Britain, its bitter enemy, followed suit. The Summertime Act of 1916 was passed, and Willett's idea finally became law. So whether you love that extra hour of evening sun or you hate losing an hour of sleep, remember this. Every time you change your clock, you're reliving in a world shaped by a builder from Chislehurst who just couldn't stand to see a good sunrise go to waste. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.